Greetings, friends. Ever wondered why some find self-improvement books as hypnotic as a siren's call while others think of them as a snake oil salesman's pitch? Allow me to decipher this puzzle and light up your path to genuine progress. Picture this: growing up where blame is a baton incessantly passed around, with financial education being a marathon of markets just to scrape a few pennies. This is where identifying the real barrier to flourishing hits you like a ton of bricks, and that barrier is often none other than yourself. Sure, systemic issues exist, but if our day's tale culminates in hours lost to mindless entertainment, who do we really hold accountable? Now, let's tackle the curious case of self-help books. Some are penned with passion, yet cloaked in questionable science, while others are elaborate opinion pieces dressed as empirical truth. Yet the real pickle isn't their dramatic oversimplification. It's the dangerous path of overbearing optimism, leading one to chase unlikely goals when their true calling might lie undiscovered. Diving into a 300-page tome on why you should move when you're better off actually moving your legs outside isn't just ironic, it's a masterclass in wasted potential. And when reading becomes your new extreme sport, you'd better be gaining superhero levels of focus, because devouring repetitive mantras is a patience tester even for the sages among us. Moreover, these books are so often the offspring of the Instagram era where follower counts pass for qualifications. It's a curious kind of marketplace where likes are leveraged into wisdom, and followers are fooled into funneling funds. So, how about we rewrite the narrative? If you're fresh from the cocoon of chronic victimhood, a sprinkle of self-help can be invigorating. But be vigilant. Don't fall for the junkie's trap, mistaking endless reading for righteous action. There's a world out there far richer and more satisfying than any self-help guru's dream. Instead, harness your newfound awareness learned by doing, explore through experience. Consume wisdom, not as an end, but as a means to enrich your actions. Podcasts, documentaries, essays, there's a buffet of condensed knowledge waiting for you. When it comes to your spare time, the galaxy of hobbies and deep human connections offers you stars for the taking. Why settle for the monotonous monologues of a 300-page echo when life, in all its technicolor wonder, beckons you to play a leading role? So, as we part, I pose to you this critical question: how will these insights sculpt the artwork that is your life? And remember, if today's shared musings left you enriched, consider showing your appreciation. The details are just a click away in the description. Don't forget, for wisdom akin to a sharpened sword and strategies sturdier than the mightiest fortress, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and join our legion of modern-day warriors shaping their truest self. Embrace the calling, my friends, and carve a path that legends are made of. Imagine this. You walk into a room and the very first challenge thrown your way is answering the seemingly simple inquiry: what do you do? Your response to this question can either elevate you to an object of fascination or relegate you to the background, amongst the wallflowers. This scenario paints a clear picture of a world ruled by judgmental snobs. But who qualifies as a snob? Well, it's anyone who sizes you up based on a superficial slice of your identity to form an unwavering and all-encompassing opinion about your worth. And in today's era, the brand of snobbery that reigns supreme isn't centered on your family's legacy or your proximity to royalty. No, it's all about your profession and, more critically, your knack for raking in the dough. But let me tell you, we don't inhabit a materialistic world per se. It's more that accumulating wealth has become the key to unlocking the reverence and affection we all desperately yearn for. We don't inherently crave material extravagance. What we're after is the status and validation those luxuries signify. Next time you spot someone cruising in a Ferrari, don't immediately tag them as greedy or materialistic. Instead, consider the profound need for love that's driving their choices. Success isn't measured by the number of zeros in your bank account. Rather, it's having the self-assuredness to pedal through life on a bicycle. With this in mind, let's debunk one of the most glorified yet hazardous American ideals: the belief that anyone can rise to the top echelons of success. This message, as inspiring as it is, spells danger for those who fail to reach such lofty heights. If you've been bombarded with the notion that success is within arm's reach yet find yourself coming up short, prepare for a crushing blow to your self-worth. This connection between personal achievement and self-esteem is evidenced in every aisle of a bookstore, with works promising wealth in a snap and others guiding you through low self-esteem mazes. What have we done? We've erected a society where the allure of an extraordinary life overshadows the satisfactions of the mundane. Yet, paradoxically, we've never had it better when it comes to the simple comforts of existence. Our misstep is letting the idea of mediocrity overshadow the beauty of an ordinary life. It's high time we take a leaf out of the Danish playbook. The Danes recognize a fundamental truth: the majority of us are fated to be losers, in the most affectionate sense of the term. So they've crafted a society that celebrates the value of every citizen, ensuring that the average Joe has access to a decent education, efficient transportation, and nurturing childcare services. We need to reconcile with the notion that an ordinary existence is not a badge of shame but a testament to a life well lived. The threat we face now isn't a lack of ambition. It's the psychological toll of unrealistic aspirations. It's reaching a point of despair where ending one's life seems like a viable solution to the internal conflict of failing to meet impossible standards. Yes, my friends, we've been infected with a sense of inadequacy that stems from our refusal to embrace ordinariness as our destiny. The architect of this distorted perspective? The much-touted meritocracy. This notion insinuates that the cream of the crop deserves their elevated status, while the unfortunate souls at the bottom are there by their own shortcomings. Poverty and a lack of traditional success become markers of personal failure rather than unfortunate circumstances. So let's hit pause on the endless loop of win at all costs rhetoric that's ingrained in our psyche and truly understand that being just okay is okay. True joy isn't about amassing fortunes. It's about savoring a chilled drink with a trusted friend, cooking a meal that doesn't end in disaster, or wrapping up another day without any unexpected calamities. Similarly, love isn't found in perfection. It's in the simple moments when someone takes your hand, acknowledging the parts of you that they understand and extending compassion towards the parts they don't. Embrace a life where mediocrity is not a curse but an inevitability, a life that is plentiful in simple, often overlooked pleasures. And now, halfway through our dialogue, if this resonates with you, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and ring the notification bell. Doing so, believe it or not, aligns you with the intent of our conversation: the pursuit of genuine satisfaction beyond the superficial metrics of success. As we navigate this journey called life, let's not succumb to the poisonous undercurrent that whispers to us that being ordinary is a sign of failure. On the contrary, there's dignity in the ordinary, and there lies our salvation. So, when this video concludes, take a moment to reflect: which insights will you apply to reshape the way you measure success and happiness in your life? For those who found value here, consider showing your support with a gratuity that mirrors the benefits you've received. A link is available below. Remember, the measure of your life is not in the wealth you accumulate, but in the richness of your everyday experiences. In a world surging forward into the digital era, the bedrock of our society, free speech, is undergoing a transformation that could redefine civil discourse as we know it. Consider this: the privilege of communicating our thoughts unchained, without dread of censorship, is one we've cherished intensely. Holding fast to opinions, asserting ideas, participating in a give and take of perspectives, all these freedoms are central to the human experience. Yet, in the year 2023, we're witnessing a shift. No longer are we guarding against overt external threats to our communicative liberty. Rather, we're navigating the subtle terrain of an age where sensitivity often trumps openness. Now, let's delve into the heart of academia, where the landscape of language is evolving. Numerous college campuses have drafted speech manuals in a bid to foster spaces immune to offense. These guidelines often label commonly used words and phrases as problematic, with some even crossed out of our lexicon altogether. It's a peculiar paradox: the term politically correct itself is on the hit list. Let's pause for a moment to consider the essence of free expression. This right is not just about the scope of allowable conversation but supporting the vital moral duty to confront and condemn destructive ideologies. Recall the march of progress. Ideas that overcome prejudice don't triumph through silencing but through the triumph of superior, ethical, and reasoned arguments. A society that champions liberal thought does not do so by evading problematic viewpoints but by allowing the exchange of revolutionary concepts, never cowed by the potential for discomfort. Think back to trailblazers like Galileo Galilei and Charles Darwin, whose groundbreaking notions once rattled the foundations of religion and societal norms. Their tenets spurred contention but were essential stepping stones towards an enlightened understanding of reality. From the solar system's architecture to evolutionary biology, these revelations required an arena where thoughts could intermingle freely, sometimes clash, then either take root or wither away based on their intellectual merit. Of course, the mantle of free speech shouldn't be misused to justify harm. The pain inflicted by words cannot be understated, and history reminds us continually of the violence that can emerge from venomous speech. It's a fine balance, eschewing the shadow of tyranny while not succumbing to the ease of the echo chamber. Great ideas demand an atmosphere ripe with challenge and debate. Only then can innovation truly blossom. Ultimately, discourse in all its messy, complex glory remains the one truly governable force at our behest. So today, and every day, let's champion the cause of unfettered talk. Let's nurture our notions, face friction with grace, and ensure the ideas that shape tomorrow rightfully earn their place through robust scrutiny, not through the quietude of conformity. If you found the insights discussed here to be thought-provoking and enlightening, remember that your engagement means the world. It encourages the spread of more innovative content and sustains the momentum of free and open dialogue. So, ponder deeply. Which of these insights will you integrate into your life? What measures will you take to further the cause of robust, intellectual debate in your own circles? Feel free to express your appreciation for the value this discussion has brought. If inclined to do so, the description holds a link for contributions proportionate to the worth you've gained. For those resolved to delve deeper into the nuances of free speech, how to foster dialogues that can weather the tremors of contemporary sensitivities, and how to maintain an equilibrium between frankness and respect, do consider subscribing to this channel. Hit the like button, ring the notification bell, and become part of a community committed to intellectual growth and the enduring power of communication.